The internet is in total shock tonight. Chrissy Lampkin, the woman who's always stood her ground, who's been the ride or die in every storm, has suddenly gone completely silent. No posts, no stories, no statements. Just gone. And the silence. It's louder than anything she's ever said. Fans are flooding her comments, begging for answers, sending love, and asking the same haunting question. What happened to Chrissy? Because just days ago, she was everywhere, smiling on red carpets, standing next to Jim Jones, defending their love like she always does. And now every trace of her presence has vanished. But insiders are saying this silence isn't random. It's calculated. Sources close to Chrissy claim she's been emotionally wrecked after something explosive went down behind the scenes, something she's too hurt to even speak about. There are whispers of betrayal, broken trust, and private arguments that got way too real. And the craziest part, someone claims to have screenshots from Chrissy's inner circle messages that prove her silence isn't weakness. It's protection. Protection from something or someone that could completely change the way fans see everything about her and Jim right now. Social media is a battlefield. Every minute that Chrissy stays quiet, the theories get wilder, the pressure gets heavier, and the truth feels closer to breaking. Whatever she's hiding, it's about to explode, and when it does, it'll shake the entire love and hip-hop universe. The world stopped scrolling when Chrissy Lampkin, the woman who's never been afraid to speak her truth, suddenly vanished from social media. No posts, no stories, no statements. Just silence. And in a world where every move is watched, her quiet disappearance sent fans into panic mode. Within hours, her Instagram comment sections turned into digital prayer walls. "Chrissy, are you okay?" One fan wrote, "We love you, sis. Please speak up." Another comment with over 10,000 likes read, "She's protecting her peace. She's been through enough." But this isn't just a social media detox. Sources close to Chrissy say this silence has a story behind it, and it's a dark one. Insiders claim that after Jim Jones made his viral statement, the one where he said, "I won't be disrespected," the couple's world imploded behind closed doors. People who were around that night say voices were raised, tears were shed, and someone even smashed a phone. What started as a private argument turned into something explosive, enough to drive Chrissy completely offline. One insider who ALLEGEDLY witnessed part of the argument described it as the most heartbreaking scene they've ever seen between them. According to that source, Jim felt cornered, betrayed, and blindsided by something that had been brewing for weeks, and Chrissy, feeling misunderstood and overwhelmed, walked out before things got worse. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. Hours after Chrissy left the house, fans noticed something strange. A 10-second clip started circulating on a gossip forum, a blurry video showing what looked like Chrissy crying in her car. You could barely hear her voice, but one sentence cut through the static. "I can't keep defending him anymore." Within minutes, the clip went viral. Fans began dissecting every frame, every tear, every breath. Was she talking about Jim? Was this the end? Then came the alleged leaked voice note. A mysterious account posted an audio file claiming to be Chrissy talking to a close friend. In the clip, the woman's voice trembles as she says, "They don't know what it's like living with someone who always has to win, even when it breaks you." Whether it's real or not, it didn't matter. The damage was done. The audio spread across social media like wildfire. Jim's camp immediately denied it was Chrissy, calling it fake and manipulated. But fans weren't convinced. That's her voice. You can feel the pain. One tweet said, racking up 500,000 views. Another post read, "Jim should have kept that statement to himself because now everything's falling apart." As more people started digging, screenshots began surfacing supposed dims between Chrissy and one of her longtime friends. The messages hinted at betrayal, emotional exhaustion, and a woman trying to hold on to something that's been slipping away for years. One line from the alleged conversation read, "I didn't expect him to embarrass me like that." not after everything we've been through. The timing couldn't be worse. Just a week ago, the couple had been spotted together at a private event in Harlem, looking picture perfect. But one attendee claimed the vibe was off. They were smiling for the cameras, but it was all smoke, the insider said. As soon as the lights went off, they were barely talking. By the next morning, Chrissy had unfollowed multiple people, including two close mutual friends who have deep ties to Jim's inner circle. Fans noticed immediately. "Something's up," one user commented. Chrissy's cleaning house. Then came the most chilling part, an anonymous tip sent to a celebrity blog. The tip alleged that Chrissy discovered something devastating. Just before her disappearance, a series of private texts between Jim and a mystery woman. The messages weren't romantic, but they were intimate. The woman allegedly worked with Jim on a recent music project. And insiders claim Chrissy felt blindsided by how close they'd become. She felt like history was repeating itself, the source said. She stood by him for years, through everything. But this time it hit different. She couldn't do it anymore. The emotional toll was written all over her silence. Normally, Chrissy claps back, defends herself, or clears the air. But this time, nothing. And that nothingness is what's breaking fans' hearts the most. They're used to Chrissy fighting. They're used to her strength. Seeing her go dark, it feels like watching the queen fall from her throne. But not everyone is buying the Chrissy as victim narrative. Some fans believe this silence might be strategic. It's a way for her to let the world turn on Jim while she regains control behind the scenes. "Don't be fooled," one Twitter thread said. Chrissy's been silent before big moves. Every time she goes quiet, something major follows. The tweet has now gone viral with over 2 million views. Meanwhile, Jim has been posting cryptic stories, vague messages about loyalty, pain, and real love being tested. In one no-deleted post, he wrote, "Silence says more than words ever could." Fans took that as a direct response to Chrissy's disappearance. The internet went into full detective mode, connecting dots that might not even exist, but that's how messy this story has become. To make things worse, an alleged friend of Chrissy's has started talking to the blogs. In a Talal interview, she claimed Chrissy was emotionally drained and done protecting someone who never protected her. The interview hit millions of views within hours. The friend described how Chrissy broke down in tears after seeing Jim's public statement and how she felt. Humiliated in front of the entire world, the insider also revealed that Chrissy had been keeping a private journal for months, a digital diary on her phone. And according to this so-called friend, that journal includes entries that could end everything Jim built. Now fans are begging Chrissy not to leak it, not to go down that path. "Please heal, don't retaliate," one fan commented. But others are egging her on. "Expose them. You deserve peace." The entire internet has become a battlefield between those who want revenge and those who want reconciliation. And right in the middle of it all, silence. No word from Chrissy. No denial, no confirmation. Just a blank profile and a growing storm around her name. Every minute she stays quiet, the speculation gets wilder. Some people think she's left New York. Others claim she's been staying with family, trying to figure out what comes next. But the truth is, nobody really knows. And then, just as fans were starting to lose hope, something happened. Late last night, Chrissy's verified account came back online for exactly 5 minutes. She didn't post a picture. She didn't upload a story. But she did like one post a fan message that said, "Sometimes silence is the loudest cry for help." Within seconds, the internet lost its mind. Was that her? Was it a sign? Or was it someone else with access to her account? No one knows. But that single like sent shockwaves through the entire fan base. Because for the first time in days, Chrissy made a move, and it wasn't random. People close to her say this silence is leading up to something big. Something planned. Something that's going to force the truth out, whether Jim's ready for it or not. And according to the latest leak, that truth might already be on its way to the blogs. It's been 4 days since Chrissy Lampkin went silent. 4 days of chaos, theories, and millions of fans begging her to speak. But just when everyone started to think she'd never break her silence, something unexpected happened. A leaked voice note began circulating on a private gossip page late last night, and within minutes, it spread like wildfire. The audio was raw, trembling, and filled with pain. You could hear Chrissy's voice, soft but cracking under the weight of heartbreak. "I didn't deserve that," she whispered. "Not after everything I've done for him." The internet froze. Fans immediately recognized her tone, her emotion, her truth. And while the source of the leak remains a mystery, insiders say it came from inside her circle. Someone close, maybe too close, had betrayed her trust. Close, maybe too close, had betrayed her trust. The audio was only 35 seconds long, but it shattered the internet. Within an hour, it had been reposted across Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. With hashtags like #PrayForChrissy and #JimJones exposed trending worldwide. One of the most viral tweets read, "You can hear the pain in her voice. Whatever happened, she's done." But that wasn't all. Just hours later, a second leak dropped a grainy video clip from what appears to be the night everything went wrong. The video showed Chrissy sitting on a couch, visibly upset, while someone, allegedly Jim, paced the room. The audio was muffled, but one sentence could be heard clear as day. "You keep making me look like the bad guy." That was all it took. The internet erupted. Fans split into two camps, those defending Chrissy and those demanding the full video. Comment sections turned into digital war zones. "She's been loyal for years." One user wrote, "He embarrassed her on camera again." Another said, and as people argued, more details began to surface from insiders, who claimed to know exactly what happened before the cameras started rolling. One insider claimed that Chrissy found out about a woman from Jim's recent studio session, someone who had been sending him late-night messages about unfinished work, according to the source. Chrissy felt betrayed not because of cheating, but because of what she called emotional disloyalty. She allegedly confronted him about it right before the argument that leaked. She said she felt like a stranger in her own relationship, the source revealed. And when Jim dropped his now infamous line, "I won't be disrespected," it wasn't aimed at the public. It was aimed at Chrissy. That revelation sent shockwaves through social media. Fans were heartbroken, saying they finally understood why Chrissy disappeared. "She's not silent because she's weak," one fan tweeted. "She's silent because she's done fighting alone." But behind the scenes, things were only getting messier. Chrissy's best friend, who has remained quiet throughout this ordeal, posted a cryptic story on Instagram that said, "If only people knew what really happened that night." Minutes later, she deleted it, but not before thousands of fans screenshot it. That one post reignited every rumor imaginable. Was there another woman? Was someone recording them without consent? Or was there something even deeper that Chrissy's trying to protect? The blogs went wild. Every gossip page, every podcast, every reaction channel started speculating about what really drove Chrissy away. Some said it was betrayal. Others said it was burnout. But one rumor in particular caught everyone's attention. A claim that Chrissy discovered private text messages that weren't just between Jim and another woman, but between Jim and a member of Chrissy's own team. If true, that would mean someone Chrissy trusted professionally, maybe even personally, had been feeding information back to Jim behind her back. The betrayal would be double-edged, not only losing faith in her partner, but realizing her circle wasn't loyal either. A former Love and Hip Hop producer even chimed in anonymously, saying, "Chrissy's always been strong, but this time you could tell she was done pretending." The cameras stopped rolling years ago, but the drama never did. Then came the tweet that flipped everything upside down. A verified fan page posted what appeared to be a private message from an account linked to Jim Jones. The message read, "People need to stop acting like she's innocent. There's two sides to every story." Within minutes, Jim's reps denied it was him, claiming the account was fake. But fans weren't buying it. "He's losing control," one user commented. This is what happens when you play with someone who gave you everything. By morning, Chrissy's silence was no longer just mysterious. It was powerful. Her absence had become her statement. Every news outlet was covering it, every blog was dissecting it, and every celebrity was picking sides. Yandy Smith posted a subtle but telling tweet. Silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's survival. Fans immediately took it as support for Chrissy. Even Remy Ma chimed in, writing, "When a woman goes quiet, that's when you should be scared." Her comment section exploded. People begged her to spill what she knew, but she stayed tight-lipped. Still, her tone said enough. This wasn't just gossip anymore. Something real had cracked inside Chrissy's world. Meanwhile, rumors of a third leak began circulating. Something so personal that blogs were allegedly too scared to post it. Screenshots of DMs between alleged insiders hinted that it might be the full version of the living room video, the one that supposedly shows the moment. Chrissy decided to walk out. Fans are begging for it, but her team is fighting hard to stop it from spreading. She doesn't want to be humiliated anymore, a source close to her said. That clip could break her completely. Still, people can't stop talking. The hashtags #StandWithChrissyy and #ProtectChrissyy are trending across platforms. Fans are posting old clips of her on Love and Hip Hop, highlighting all the times she stood up for Jim, sacrificed her dreams, and fought for love when everyone told her to walk away. The internet's mood has shifted. The public that once judged her now feels for her. But as support pours in, some fans are noticing something strange. Subtle moves from Jim's social media that don't add up. He's been liking posts about forgiveness and self-control, while unfollowing multiple people connected to Chrissy's friend group. Every move he makes adds more fuel to the fire. And then, out of nowhere, a private account claimed to have the final recording. They posted a teaser clip, just 5 seconds long, showing Chrissy whispering something through tears. "You'll regret how you treated me." The clip fades to black right before the sound of a door slamming echoes in the background. That 5-second teaser sent fans into hysteria. Was that the night she left? Did she walk out for good? Nobody knows yet, but everyone's watching, waiting, and dissecting every second of every clip that hits the net. What's undeniable now is that Chrissy's silence isn't random. It's deliberate. It's emotional warfare, the quiet kind that makes everyone else talk louder. And while Jim's side insists everything is fine, insiders say he's been calling her nonstop, trying to get ahead of the leaks. He's scared of what might drop next. One insider revealed, because whatever's left, it's the one thing that could destroy everything he's built. Now, the internet's holding its breath. Everyone's waiting for Chrissy's next move. A post, a message, anything. Because if she decides to speak, it won't be small. It'll be legendary. And rumor has it, that moment is closer than anyone thinks. By sunrise, the internet was in full meltdown mode. Every gossip page, every YouTube channel, every TikTok thread was waiting for one thing: Chrissy Lampkin's first move. After days of silence, tears, and leaks, the energy online was electric. Everyone knew something big was coming. You could feel it. It wasn't just speculation anymore. It was the calm before the storm. Then, at exactly 9:47 a.m., Chrissy's verified Instagram account came alive. No captions. No hashtags. Just a single black screen with 3 words written in white. "I'm done hiding." The post exploded. Within minutes, it racked up hundreds of thousands of likes and nearly 1 million comments. Fans, celebrities, and even critics flooded in. Some begged her to explain. Others offered love and support. But the real shock came just 20 minutes later when Chrissy posted a video. It wasn't polished. It wasn't filtered. It wasn't staged. It was raw, a close-up of her sitting in what looked like her living room, her eyes red and swollen, her voice trembling. She took a deep breath before speaking. "I wasn't going to do this," she began, her tone soft but steady. "But since everyone's already telling my story, I might as well tell it myself." The internet froze. For nearly 7 minutes, Chrissy poured her heart out. She didn't call names, but everyone knew who she was talking about. She talked about loyalty, about giving everything to someone who kept taking, about standing beside a man who only saw her strength when it served him. "I've always protected people who wouldn't even stand up for me," she said, looking directly into the camera. "But I'm not doing that anymore." She described feeling isolated, broken, and betrayed, not just by love, but by the people she trusted most. She didn't confirm the leaked video, but she didn't deny it either. "What you heard was real pain," she admitted, "because sometimes love turns into something that hurts you more than it heals you." The video hit the internet like a bomb. Within hours, every blog reposted it, every reaction channel analyzed it frame by frame, and every celebrity had an opinion. Remy Ma reposted it with a caption that read, "I'm proud of her." Yandi commented a single heart emoji. Even Cardi B chimed in, tweeting, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than a diss track." But while fans were celebrating Chrissy's bravery, Jim Jones was fuming. According to insiders, he was blindsided. He allegedly found out about the video the same way everyone else did, through social media. One source close to Jim claimed he was furious and heartbroken, pacing his studio and yelling, "Why would she do this to me publicly? Why would she do this to me publicly?" And just when people thought things couldn't get messier, they did. Hours after Chrissy's video dropped, a new leak surfaced, this time from someone claiming to be a member of Jim's team. The anonymous source sent screenshots to several gossip blogs, showing alleged text messages between Jim and a friend where he vented about the situation. One message read, "She wants sympathy. I wanted peace." Another said, "She's not telling the whole story." The screenshots went viral instantly, but what came next made the internet collectively gasp. In one of the alleged messages, Jim supposedly wrote, "If she keeps pushing, I'll drop the receipts." Receipts. The word that changed everything. Now everyone wanted to know what receipts. What was he holding back? Within an hour, #JimReceipts began trending on Twitter. Fans flooded his comments demanding answers, but Jim stayed silent. No posts, no stories. Just eerie quiet, a mirror image of Chrissy's own silence days earlier. But that silence didn't last long. Late that night, Jim went live on Instagram. He looked exhausted, eyes sunken, voice low, expression tense. "Y'all don't know what really goes on," he started. "Everybody want to play judge and jury based on some leaks. I ain't never disrespected that woman. I loved her. Still do?" But then came the line that set social media ablaze. "But I won't be disrespected in public, not by nobody." The live ended abruptly, but the internet caught every second. That single statement reignited the entire war. Fans began debating who was right, who was lying, and who had receipts. Then, early the next morning, Chrissy posted again. A carousel of 3 photos. The first was a quote that read, "Sometimes peace means walking away." The second was an old photo of her and Jim from their early love and hip-hop days. The third, a close-up of her engagement ring sitting on a marble counter without her hand in it. That post was the moment everyone realized it was over. The emotional flood online was overwhelming. Fans were crying in comment sections, tagging both of them, sharing old clips of their love story, and writing messages like, "We grew up watching you too. This hurts." One user wrote, "That ring on the counter broke me more than words ever could." Another commented, "She didn't need to say a word. That picture said everything." As the breakup spread through entertainment headlines, more insiders came forward with disturbing details. One claimed that the couple had secretly been living separately for weeks before the silence began. Another said Chrissy had been planning to make a statement long before the leaks. But the voice note being released forced her hand. She wanted to speak from a place of peace, not pain, the insider explained. But once her privacy was invaded, it all came crashing down. Meanwhile, Jim's friends began speaking out. One associate allegedly told a blog that Jim felt betrayed twice, once in love, once in loyalty. Another hinted that Jim's receipts were real and could flip the public narrative entirely. That hint alone sent shockwaves across the internet. with fans begging him not to stoop low or drag her name through the mud. But here's the twist no one saw coming. Just when everyone was bracing for Jim's revenge, he didn't post the receipts. Instead, he went dark again. For the first time in years, Jim stopped posting, stopped liking, stopped responding. Insiders say he's been laying low, trying to process everything privately. And Chrissy, she's been seen once quietly stepping out of a luxury SUV in New Jersey, wearing all black and sunglasses. No security, no entourage. The paparazzi asked if she and Jim were done for good. She didn't say a word. She just smiled a small, tired smile and walked away. That clip alone broke the internet again. "She looks free," one fan tweeted. Not happy, but free. Now, days later, her silence has transformed from heartbreak to empowerment. Fans are calling her a symbol of self-respect and the woman who finally chose herself. But others can't help wondering, is this really the end? Or is it just the beginning of a new chapter for both of them? Because according to one final insider leak, a close mutual friend, the story isn't over. They've loved each other too long to end like this, the source said. They're both hurting. But sometimes love needs distance before it can heal. So maybe this isn't the end of Chrissy and Jim. Maybe it's the breaking point that finally forces them to rebuild from truth or walk away for good. Either way, one thing's for sure. Chrissy's silence changed everything. She didn't need drama. She didn't need revenge. She only needed one thing, peace. And by the time she found it, the whole world was watching. If you made it this far, then you already know this story isn't just gossip anymore. It's history unfolding right before our eyes. Chrissy's silence has spoken louder than any words she could have said. And Jim's every move now feels like a chess game being played in public. But here's the truth. What's coming next might change everything we thought we knew about their relationship. The insiders are already hinting that another leak, something way bigger, is about to drop. So before the next twist hits the internet, before the blogs twist the story, and before the truth gets buried under rumors, make sure you're locked in right here. Hit that like button right now if you're still riding with Chrissy, and drop a comment if you believe she deserves better. Because her silence, it's not weakness, it's strategy. And if you're new here, don't just watch, join the conversation. Subscribe and turn on all notifications because the next update might not just break the internet, it might end careers. We've got exclusive voice notes, unseen messages, and fan reactions you won't find anywhere else. The story's far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. Stay tuned, stay alert, and remember, in this game of fame, silence isn't peace. It's the calm before the storm.